England fans jubilant, Germany crash out of World Cup and South Korea double goal shock. The Germans were shocked by South Korea in their final group game, meaning the holders are out at the earliest possibly opportunity. Joachim Low looked stunned as his flops lost 2-0 to Korea to exit Group F in bottom place, with just one win and 3 points from 3 games. It's the first time a side managed by Low have failed to reach the semi-finals of a major tournament. The German fought even-handed Low a new 4-year deal before he departed for Russia with the rest of his squad. Asked about his future in the national team setup, Low said, "It's too early for me to answer that question." The Germans, who beat Argentina in the final at Brazil 2014, made a horrific start following defeat to Mexico and never recovered. It took a last-gasp goal from Toni Kroos to salvage a win over Sweden in the second game to give them hope of making the knockout stages. Germany needed to beat the Koreans to reach the last 16, but struggled from start to finish before going down to 2 late goals in stoppage time. They has provided a series of shocks in what has proved one of the most exciting group stages in history. But the exit of the defending champions is the biggest of the lot, and could have positive implications for England. Gareth Southgate's men could have met their old enemies in the quarter-finals, but their departure might now see them face Sweden at that stage instead, should the Three Lions make it that far. The German public slammed into their players amid calls for their stars to retire from international football. Meanwhile, the website German newspaper Bild reacted with a front page which read, "Out. The world champions are out. Germany stumbles after another weak performance in the group stage and leaves Russia with their tail between their legs." English fans took to Twitter to stick the boot in while chants of Korea were heard in Mexico City. The 2 late goals were enough to send Mexico through as table-toppers. Meanwhile, Thomas Muller was seen in tears on the pitch after the World Cup horror show. England boss Southgate admits he is surprised by the Three Lions' age-old rivals crashing out of the World Cup. "I'm surprised," said Southgate. "I was here last summer for the Confederations Cup and they brought a young team and also won the European U21s championships. They've been ahead for just a minute and a half of their 3 matches this summer, and it's unusual to see them struggle as much as they have. But the level of all the teams is strong. They've played teams who have been tactically very good against them, exposed counter-attack situations in particular. I didn't look at that group and think automatically they'd go through. They were close to the wire against Sweden, and they've not been able to break Korea down today." Southgate says England have learned a lot from Germany though, adding, "I don't think it has any bearing on us. Italy and Holland were out before we got to this point, and so were Chile, who were in the Confederations Cup final last summer. There really is no opportunity to rest on where you are as a team or stop the constant improvement. We've learned an enormous amount from studying Germany as a team, last summer not least, and implemented that. Indirectly, they've had a big bearing on what we're doing now. But in sport and in life you have to keep evolving. It just shows anyone is vulnerable on any given day." BBC Sport pundit Jermaine Jenas let rip at the fallen giants and said, "There's something not right in that camp, it's as simple as that. The amount of changes per game, 3 changes, 4 changes, I think it was 5 today within the squad. Players massively underperforming as well. It's not the Germany that we know. I expect to probably see some big changes going forward for them now." While Alan Shearer hit out and said, "No, I don't think that's unfair," he replied, "On the evidence that we've witnessed so far in this tournament, they have been miles away. That first half, although they were dominating possession, they did very little with it. Too slow in possession, too many touches. When they do get into the final third, their final ball has been hopeless. Yeah, very, very disappointing from them. I know South Korea have defended well and got numbers behind the ball, but still, Germany have got to do a lot more than what they're doing."